fellow Toastmasters. This week, we lost an hour of sunlight to daylight savings. And I myself really enjoy cycling, and I thought I would share with you guys why you too can ride your bikes at night. So first of all, I'm a pretty avid cyclist, and I love cycling because it's something that keeps you healthy. It's something that you can do to replace transportation. You can ride your bike instead of driving your car, and it's a lot of fun. And riding at night is a lot of fun too, because it makes those rides that you're familiar with so strange and exotic. You can go down these same roads that you've been down hundreds of times before, and everything changes because you're not quite sure what's going on around you. The road just looks different. You might see animals on the road, something off in the distance, and it just becomes an adventure. So you can take something that you've become really accustomed to and just turn it into an adventure. It becomes a brand new experience. But in order to ride your bike at night, it becomes a little bit different. The dynamics change a bit because you want to be safe out there on the roads. So I present 3 factors for riding your bike at night. You want to be visible, you want to be comfortable, and you want to be self-sufficient. So as you can all tell, I'm here wearing my cycling gear so I can model the visibility factor. You can see here that my jacket is bright yellow, but actually at nighttime this isn't going to really help you as much as you think it's going to help you, because the bright colors are only bright in the light. So at nighttime it's a little bit more important to be reflective. Although light colors are better than darker colors at night, you do want to have something that's going to reflect headlights. So here I've got a pretty inexpensive reflective vest on, and also I have these inexpensive reflective ankle bands, and these are really great because as your feet move, people can tell that you're a cyclist. And really what I'm trying to illustrate here is that you don't need to go out and buy a ton of cycling clothes to ride your bike at night. You can ride in normal street clothes, but just put these accessories on that make you more visible. And in terms of the bike here, I have a rear reflector, a rear light, which is going to be much more visible from a distance than just the reflectors alone. And this is really important because you can anticipate things that are happening in front of you and to the side of you, but it's really tough to anticipate what's going to happen behind you. So you want to make sure that the cars can see you as they're approaching you from behind. And on the front of my bike here, I have headlights. There's kind of 2 reasons for headlights. You want also visibility from the front from the distance, but also these headlights that are a little bit more powerful allow you to ride where there are no street lights, which makes everything way more fun. The second factor that I was talking about is to be comfortable. At nighttime, the temperatures often drop. The weather can really change a lot here in the Bay Area, although we're really fortunate that it doesn't drop significantly. We don't get snowstorms and stuff like that, but still, the weather can change at nighttime. We can get temperatures down in the 30s, 40s, 50s. So it's important that you wear layers. And the type of clothing that you want to wear is something that's not going to get cold when you get sweaty. So maybe wool or synthetics work a little bit better than cotton. And also, just having that layering aspect, because when you're on your bike, you're going to warm up. So sometimes you might want to shed a layer. Another thing that you want to consider is wind resistance, because a lot of times the wind will make you colder. If it's cold out, the wind can make you colder. So just wearing something that has some sort of wind resistance helps out a lot. And also being prepared for rain on the days that it might rain. If you still are feeling adventurous, you want to go out there on a rainy night, you still can, but you want to keep in mind that you want to keep the rain off your body. I'm actually right now wearing some rain chaps, which are pretty cool because a lot of the water that gets on you comes, because your legs are at this position, a lot of the rain is going to come down from above. And keep on talking while I do this. Another thing that you might want to consider putting on your bicycle are fenders. When the ground is wet, even if it's not raining from above, you want to protect yourself from water coming from below. So fenders help out quite a bit. You can actually get just as wet from the water that's on the ground as you can from having some technical difficulties here. Okay, forget it. There you go. So I've got these great rain chaps, there you have it. And the last thing is you want to be self-sufficient. So when you're out riding at nighttime, the probability of running across closed shops becomes much higher. The probability of just kind of being out there and having an awful time can increase. So as you can see here, my bicycle looks quite a bit different than it would if I was riding at daytime. It's chock-a-block full of all sorts of accessories. When I open up my pack here, I have just some small tools in here that will help with, like if you get a flat tire on the road, you may want to bring a headlamp with you just in case you do stop somewhere where there's no light. So that way if you do have to attend to your bike, you can do that at nighttime. I have, see here, I've got a spare tube, a pump, and then also it's a good thing to keep in mind that there are alternatives to riding your bike at night. If something happens and you're on the road and you break down, maybe just like keep someone's phone number, bring a cell phone with you, get familiar with the routes you're going to be taking, so that way if you know if there's like a bus line that might come through, you can hop on a bus if that becomes an issue. And if you decide that you want to go on a really long, adventurous ride, which is amazing at nighttime, you just want to make sure that someone knows that you're going for this long ride, especially if you're going by yourself, because if you go out and you don't come back, they may not realize that something's gone on. And especially out here, there's a lot of places where there's limited cell phone reception, so it's definitely good to inform people that you're going out at nighttime. But really, with those three factors, being visible, wearing clothes so you can be comfortable, and going out being self-sufficient will make riding your bike at night simple. So essentially, you can ride your bike at night too. Is it Toastmasters?